I should ask, just in closing, if there was anything that you wanted to add to what we have discussed. I mean, this has been a very, I've known you for years, and you sit down and you talk to somebody face to face, and then you learn, you
You don't
learn
know
all
whole
of these
history, the life
things.
history.
Yeah. So this is really fascinating.
I think the program that the Smithsonian is doing is very important in terms
Mm,
of the development of African culture, especially over the last 30 years.
mm-hmm,
It's really helped black people to be more connected with Africa than ever before.
mm-hmm.
Um, and for the little part I do here in Chicago, it's meant a whole lot
For the big part,
to a
you've
lot
done
of
over the
people
years.
in terms of bridging the gap between Africans and African Americans,
Mm-hmm,
to the point that I jokingly say that the festival is the place where people go to meet their partners,
mm-hmm,
because every year somebody comes to me and say, "Oh, I met my wife here," or "I met my," and now
mm-hmm,
you have these relationships, not just social but academic as well. You have people going back and forth to Africa, doing business in Africa.
mm-hmm,
I understand the guy who has the tea business here. He There's a somebody here in Chicago who has a major tea.
mm-hmm,
He's a major tea supplier. He got that through the festival. There's another guy here who supplies coffee.
mm-hmm.
Uh, he's African though. I understand he got that through the festival. Um, there's been so many things developed over the years. When had a shop in 82, I used to visit black people home, and very few of them had any representation of their own image, like bags or
Mm-hmm.
paintings or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them used to have aluminum paintings or some
Yeah, that
thing,
fuzzy stuff, velour.
right? Something that did not represent black culture, but in terms of culture, is really, really well developed now to the point that you have major collectors
Mm-hmm.
of
Mm-hmm.
African art among black people all over the country. Also, in 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, there were black artists, but they had nowhere to really showcase their work. And at that point, I think there was only one gallery, art gallery in the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one African shop, maybe two. Uh, there was somebody on 79th, I think. And but now there was one braiding shop, Musu on 53rd Street.
Mm-hmm.
But now there are braiding stores all over, not just Chicago, but all over the country for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
There was no restaurant, no African restaurant in 83, 84, 85,
Mm-hmm.
86. Now today in Chicago you can find so many African restaurants. I don't think New York had an African restaurant at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And now there are restaurants all over and the festival here has been a model for many festivals around the country. Yeah, almost every major city with black population has an African festival.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said I should have I should have
Franchise it or
franchise a
something.
name and I'll be making a whole lot of money. But almost every city has some kind of festival. Of course, the oldest African festival was the one in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came, I didn't know about it. It's called it used to be called the Brooklyn Street Festival,
Mm-hmm.
but it was African in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the place in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a major
Mm-hmm.
center for African development. But in the 80s and 90s, it's really grown. And I appreciate the fact that some of the artists credit the festival for making it possible for them
Right.
to have their career, because some of them had to work, and art was like their hobby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, people like Dario, Bayo, so many artists.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them said the festival was the first place to really showcase their work.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, let me ask you something about the because this goes back to the store, Window to Africa. Now Jeff Donaldson had a spot in that
The
same.
Stone and Sticks,
Yeah,
right.
Sticks and Stones.
Sticks and Stones, right?
Yeah. How long before that was, before you opened up Windows to Africa?
I didn't know Sticks and Stones.
Okay,
But
I remember.
Once I moved in there,
Yeah.
people
Then
kept
you
on.
found out people said, "Oh,
yeah.
this is a new Sticks and
And then
Stones."
Jeff came in there several times.
Right.
And I don't know what Jeff carried, but when I moved in there, most of the materials are mostly things from Africa. At the end of Jeff's store, people tell me he had mostly incense and stuff like that. I don't know if he had the masks and the sculptures and the kind of jewelry. We had some of the best jewelry in the country. Because people like Neo were producing for us.
Right.
And then I was bringing all these antiques out of Africa. If you wanted old ivory, went to Africa. What's the source? You couldn't find what we had at Window to Africa anywhere in the country. And the kind of clothing that I was bringing and designing was important to a lot of people. The store was like a cultural center for a lot of people.
Right.
People would come there and stand for hours. Carol Moster Brown, that's the first time I met her. She came and stayed, I think, 3 or 4 hours. Barack Obama, I didn't know him, but people say he used to come and just stand and listen. He wouldn't talk, he wouldn't say anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Dio say he remembers him, but I don't remember meeting him there.
I guess not if he didn't say anything.
Yeah, and I was always in the back of the store, so I didn't meet the customers.
Right.
But Jeff came there, we talked a few times, and I don't remember the conversation, but he admitted that he had Sticks and Stones. And
I remember Sticks and Stones, but that was a very long time ago. And
what kind of products did he carry?
Well, I don't. But it had to be, African oriented, because I'm sure that's why I went there.
Yeah.
I mean, I just remember it's a nice little store, but I can't.
Did you remember Zambezi?
Oh yeah, over on 71st Street.
Right, but they also moved in Harpercourt.
Oh, okay. Was that after Sticks and Stones?
No, not in the courtyard, sir, but a building just north of Harpercourt.
Oh, okay.
On the west side of the street, where the bookstore is now.
Okay, I'm not sure. I remember the store on 71st Street
Right.
better. Well, there's a lot of important history there. I remember that Dio and I were talking about the churches coming in,
Right.
looking for
clothes,
especially I guess Trinity.
Trinity, and then
with
we
their
started them
African
with their Christmas. They started as doing as a special Black History Month kind of thing. So we started giving them discounts, and then I started making clothes for Reverend Wright and the choir director, and
oh, you were doing that?
yeah.
I was wondering about that because he was always so clean.
Yeah,
and it's a nice look.
And then it just became part of their outfit to the point where.
When did you start making clothes for him? I mean, the things he would wear in the pulpit.
I don't really. I think it was in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Middle 90s. 95, 96. In fact, Trinidad became for the festival, it became our home church. So they came every year. The choir came every year. Reverend Wright would come and direct the choirs.
What about? Did you sort of market that kind of thing? I mean, try to affiliate with more churches in terms of, or
yeah, we
did you
tried,
promote it, or did you just kind of wait for people to come to you?
We didn't really have the directed promotions, but we just we didn't have the advertising budget, but I didn't write to pastors. I didn't send letters to say come and you get a discount.
Right.
But a lot of people came, and for what we had, the business was we didn't have the capacity to produce for the demand I was there. For instance, the graduation candy thing.
Right, the stoves.
Yeah, we used to make those things, and they went national. And I didn't have the financial capability to corner the market. So other people jump into it. Other people jump into make investment, and to the point that today there's an Afrocentric company. There's a company that makes Afrocentric investment for ministers now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So.
And there's a good market for that.
Right.
You know, it's no more than just February. I mean, if you multiply
Oh yeah.
that times, you know, however many thousands.
And there are people who wear nothing but African clothes now. Yeah. I remember when we started, I used to wear a suit, Western suit, and then to dress down, I went to the hoodies, not hoodies, but the sweatpants and shirts. And this one PhD student from University of Chicago came one time and said, "You have to change that. Wear your traditional clothes, and you'll sell a lot more because you'll be the model."
Oh yeah. Oh, you were wearing like a business suit in the store?
No, that would be when I'm going to a formal occasion.
Oh, I see.
But I was wearing sweatpants in the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this guy is the one who changed my mind. So
he said no.
He said, "No, you can't. You have to wear
market your own stuff."
Right.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Well, okay. I guess we will conclude here.